Hello again everybody and welcome back to the garage. I've got a job to do today that I've been wanting to do for quite some time on the Suzuki Intruder, but I just haven't got round to. Now originally this bike would have come with a high backed seat, a Sissybar if you like, on the back pillion seat, and it would have had a slightly different seat to this. This is an aftermarket seat. This is a Highway Hawk seat, and at some point someone's changed the seat and removed that sort of Sissybar backrest pad arrangement. Now I think back in the day that was a pretty common thing to do. People didn't really like the look of the Sissybar at the back, I don't think, and yeah, it's not uncommon really to see them taken off, and you can occasionally find the original ones on eBay, people selling them because they've taken them off the bikes. Now I've had a look at some of the original ones because I do rather like the idea of having the Sissybar on the back, and I think it would be reassuring if you were to take a pillion passenger as well. So it's something that I am quite interested in wanting to get back on. Now the original ones I don't think work with the thickness of this Highway Hawk seat particularly well. The pad starts lower down, the original sort of pillion seat pad is thinner, so it doesn't go well together. Now Highway Hawk did do an aftermarket sort of pillion backrest Sissybar for this bike, and I've managed to get myself a hold on one. And here it is. I've had it actually for some time here in the garage, just haven't got round to fitting it. It's got the backrest in here. It's brand new. It's brand new old stock. It's got the two side panels like this, and sort of set of spacer things. Now I paid, I think, a shade over £60 for this, and I have seen them for sale for up to a couple of £100, so I think I got a pretty good deal if it's the right one and if it fits. Now the indicator wiring goes through the brackets that I think will be used for it, so I guess the first thing to do is to pop the seat off so we get access to the indicator wiring and easier access to the nuts and stuff underneath. I'm also going to give those a little bit of a spray now with some plus gas, just to give us a sporting chance getting them undone nicely. It does look like someone's been here before me with these indicators. This doesn't look particularly factory standard, does it? So let's unwrap that yellow wire and see what horrors lie beneath. Yeah, there's definitely some home done crimped wires there, isn't there? But let's make a mental note that the black and white wire connects to the lilac indicator wire, and the green indicator wire connects to the plain black bike wire. Now sometimes you can get these crimped connectors undone by just reversing or turning the crimp 90 degrees to the original and sort of re-squeezing it. I'll have a quick go at that just to avoid cutting these wires any shorter, although there is a fair amount of length left on them. Now this isn't really playing. Then I'm just going to have to cut them. As I say, there is plenty of wire left there. Now the next job is to undo the indicator mounting bolt and that other grab rail mounting bolt. You can see the nuts here under the mudguard. The front one's 10mm, the back one's 14mm. we go, that should give us the space for those mounting brackets. Now I think the next thing to do is to make up the Sissybar with the brackets themselves, and this has come with absolutely no paperwork, no instructions or anything, but the pictures I've seen online indicate that the brackets go on the outside of the bar, and yeah, these have got spacers in them to prevent, when you do up the bar, crushing it. So yeah, that makes sense, because they wouldn't go on the inside. Well folks, I was hoping that this would be a relatively quick and easy job, a single video project if you will, but unfortunately in Ttxela world nothing is ever that straightforward, and unfortunately when I've offered this up I've realised a couple of things. Now when I was looking at this I was thinking that this hole here with this sort of moulding here was where that indicator stalk went through, but actually looking at it, when you offer it up, that hole and that hole don't line up with the other mounting point, which is about here. So whichever way you put it, if that hole lines up, this doesn't line up. So I believe it's supposed to go on those two holes there, which means this looks a little bit weird. Now unfortunately this hole here is too small for that stalk on that indicator. So there's a bit of a mystery here, and I thought to myself, perhaps this is the wrong kit for this bike, but I'm absolutely sure it is the right kit. So I went online and I looked at other pictures of intruders, and you can see that actually on the factory bikes, which have a Sissybar very similar to this but not exactly the same, the indicator is actually mounted here. So I think what's happened is that somebody in the past has bought a kit for taking off the Sissybar that includes sort of the spacers and the indicators that will mount through here. So what I've got to do really is reverse that, and there's a couple of other issues as well. The first being that if I do this, then obviously there's no way I can use those indicators. This just sort of flops around in there, it's not right for that socket, so I need to get hold of some original Intruder indicators. I think these must be some aftermarket ones. Now of the spacers that came with the kit, I think the front ones are pretty much the right sort of size. They will do the trick. And clearly, without the indicator being there, there needs to be some sort of plug there. And where I've looked at pictures online, they seem to just have a plain chrome blanking plug in the normal sort of factory setup. And obviously, I haven't got that. So we'll need to sort something out for that. So yeah, I think until I've gone and done some shopping, I think that's probably about as far as we can get on this, unfortunately. I was hoping to do it in a sort of quick hour or so, but that's not the way it works, is it? So anyway, if you happen to have some spare Intruder parts that you think are the ones I need, then let me know, because I think the chance of being able to buy new off-the-shelf stock parts for this are absolutely nil. So it's either going to be second-hand parts or making stuff up, I think. But at least with the new BMW GS I got the other week, I don't need to worry about this being usable for work every day, which was pretty much the idea of having two bikes, one for regular commuting and daily use, and the other as a bit of a project. So Nikki's been out to the garage. She said, goodness me, you're having problems, why don't you just sell that seat back onto eBay and sort of put the bike back as it was and forget about it. Well, we don't really need to, because we don't need to get this back up and running for work on Monday. We can put it away as it is and press on with it when we do get the parts available, and that's the beauty of that arrangement. So Yeah. Anyhow, that's about it for this video. Sorry for the inconclusive nature of the end, but it's another little project to work on. And we'll see you again, hopefully, very soon, perhaps with more progress on the Triumph Street Triple.